Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One time for the one time. Yes, ma'am. Hit boy on the track. And yeah, man, we back. We back with another season, our third NBA season here in my career with your boy, man. We got a new center, showing you the new roster. We got a new center. This guy's from Brigham Young, Ellis Nixon. Not a great three-point shooter, but neither is Bowman, who, as in terms of overall ratings, is the best center on the team. We got Patrick Williams back. Again, you see me highlight him. But yeah, Mitchell Bowman is basically the best center on the team if you're not counting Julius Randle, who I won't. Damon Wade is back. Ayo Dosunmu, Dalen Terry. He's now in the rotation. A guy who I remember last year, I believe I said we need to get him more involved with Will. Keels, playmaking, shooting guard, actually kind of ideal for what I'm trying to do. My two guard passing the ball out or whatever. A lot of other guys are back also. New guys, Gabe York, right? Of course, you got Javon Carter, Kobe White. So pretty much the same roster, right? I like how on these new 2Ks, they got like 20 players on the roster. But yeah, it's neither here nor there. I'm getting a second look at the roster here. I didn't notice Alex Caruso. I might show a clip of that later on in the video, but he's a free agent now. He was on a one-year deal. But Patrick Williams, getting him is kind of like a wash, right? Not having Caruso, but getting Patrick Williams, who, as you saw, has that two-way in his name. And, at 6'7", he's got enough athleticism to play small forward as well as perimeter D. You see your boy upgrade himself, and then we're taking a look here at the trophies, right? The trophy collection. Right, looks good. 2 MVP trophies in the two Finals MVP trophies, or Rookie of the Year, and a League MVP trophy, and of course 2 Lombardis. Over at the shoe rack, excuse me. And let me be honest with you, I'm kind of upset with myself having just went and got all those free shoes. Right? Because to me, I was just like, nah, you shouldn't have done that. I really want to make sure I get a collection of the shoes that I make, because I'm going to make a pair of shoes. I saw those, the Air Joby ones. So I was going to have a whole series or a whole, series of kicks with that. And it just kind of wasn't a smart idea to go buying or, taking all the free shoes or whatever. We will have Dalen Terry in the starting lineup. He's been on this team with us for a couple seasons now. Lonzo Ball, that's our guy. No one can really replace him. Nixon will be in the rotation, the 8-man rotation or 9-man rotation. Patrick Williams, I would eventually change Patrick to a small forward because Dalen can play both, so it'll work out that way. He could sub, Dalen could sub for Pat, and we got, it's a good situation there.
Fans, at this time, direct your attention to center court for the award ceremony. Jalen Pickett. Javon Carter. Dion, number 47. Damon Wade. Ayo Dosunmu. Mitchell Bowman. Dalen Terry. Lonzo Ball. Julius Randle. Number 38. Number 38. Number 17.
But yeah, man, your boy had to show that, man. I did not show it the last season, right? I told you if I kind of knew I was going to win it. Because, I mean, come on, we got the most unstoppable moves, right? But if I won the NBA title the following season, I make sure to show you guys the ring ceremony. This is game 1 of season 3 of your boy's My Career, and we're already getting off to a good start. We're blowing out the Portland Trailblazers. These last few games in season 3 to this point, they really do feel like they're tougher, right? Like the computer's really like, I'm just figuring you out. Right here at this point, I try to, pass the ball a little bit. Never a good look. My pass is low for some odd reason. Defenders are just super good on these 2Ks, and you can never make a good inlet or pick and roll, pick and pop. I mean, pick and pop pass you can make, but pick and roll is just like, I don't know, right? We get the ball back on a fast break. I don't demand the ball. I try to get open, but I was like, nah, let me not do it. And as of now, I'm trying to be a bit more team oriented, right? I don't make that pass. Usually on that pick and roll call, a defender on the perimeter, typically in the corner, they might try to, come cover in. You get an open shooter there. I oftentimes miss it, right? They take me out the game with just over a minute, and then they bring me back in. So it's like a 5-second break, right? I mean, I have 38 minutes. I don't expect to ever not be on the court, but I totally understand, right? They could be slick about it and maybe just put Lonzo at the 1 and then use anyone who comes in at the 2 guard to sub me out. As you see me again, try and play some good team ball, but maybe I need to be a little bit more aggressive, right? Now they take me out again, and I believe I actually do get taken out for the rest of the game. But then again, right, your boy trying to be a team player, not really my game. I don't really pass the ball a lot, so I don't have to worry about that. But nonetheless, season 1 is off to a good start. Got to take on the New York Knicks, so you're going to see basically 2 games in 1, right? Julius Randle's old team. I think right here, I'm looking at the lineup because I'm surprised to see that nobody's tired. Now, what you're going to see me doing right here is actually kind of weird. Not really, but what happens is weird. So I'm basically looking at every single player, the fastest as well as the most acceleration, really just the speed. The guys are like super fast. I see a couple guys here. I think I showed you, and I look at it per position. So fastest center, fastest power forward, fastest small forward, what have you, right? And I saw about 4 guys that I like and that I feel like we should trade for. This one is one of them, William Holland, 2-way sharpshooting creator for the LA Lakers. He's a fake player. He's a rookie player, or not a real NBA player, or maybe he is, because they do that sometimes. These G League guys won't play a game of NBA basketball and, come back basically like generic rookies or whatever. So some of them may be real, some of them may be not. Really all depends on that age, 24 to 25 range. You never know. But nonetheless, he was one of them. They're like the faster players. I started looking at various other things because although speed is the most important thing for me right now, you do have to have a rounded out game. But I have to keep in mind speed is great, especially if I'm only looking for like a 70+ overall player, because I'm not really trying to have too many Kobe Whites and Ayo Dosunmus. I hate to use them as examples because they're good players in the real life, but they've mostly either established themselves as non-consistent scorers with the 1, meaning they can pass or whatever, but they're not as consistent at scoring, or they're not as consistent at passing, or whatever their issue is. Maybe they have no issues. Maybe it's just that I want to be the most ball-dominant scorer in the game on the team. So I have to accept who I am. And in accepting who I am, I've decided I don't necessarily want a bunch of extra options on the team. I want to be the main guy. So you see me going through here, just kind of looking at a bunch of things. I finally come to an accurate knowledge of someone I want to trade for. Euros Turk, a center with like 92, 93 speed. I think it'd help a lot to have a ton of speed on like those fast breaks. I feel like that might be the answer, right, to helping us get down the court. Let's get a guy who's much faster than his matchup at the center position, and we'll be able to find someone wide open, right?
I told you, one bucket at a time, all right?
So yeah, man, Doc Rivers, he talking his stuff, right? We're going up against the Bucks. That trade request, that's a story. We got to keep our eyes open with that trade request having been put out there, right? Right. The lineup pretty much the same, right? You know, going up against the Bucks here, and we're pretty much handling them again, right? 20 plus lead, 18, 21 point lead, just can't seem to stop me, right? I mean, I just continue dunking all on them and what have you right now. When I made that trade request, I didn't know I could only trade for one guy. Very interesting, right? Fourth quarter comes around. I believe I've scored like 50 points and they decided to take me out. So that's another thing I'll be careful of. They'll take you out the game once you score like 56, this is like 60, almost 70 points, right? It's whatever, right? I get my VC and I'm all good with that. I also got to get the Larry O'Brien tattoo trophy. I show me put it on my thumb, right? Just so I can show you what it looks like. I would end up putting it on the middle finger, right? I should have put it on the pinky. I said the thumb. It was the pinky. But yeah, man, should have put it on the pinky finger, but I put it on the middle finger instead, right? 93 overall. Your boy is really upgrading this build. I'm loving it a lot. I'm looking here at the roster. I don't see the trade request or the person that I traded for. Now, some very interesting developments are going to occur. First, I'm going to show you this game against the Houston Rockets. This is the team that we requested a trade from. And I believe that's Amen Thompson. Amen. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. Hulk Hogan Hulkster. He's a monster. Okay. I told you that they believe these guys are going to be super good in the future. They're like the most athletic players on the game with skill. They, they both won some hardware this past season. One of them was Depoy. The other one was 6-man. So clearly the game thinks that these two guys are like really good. And apparently their jump shots have now drastically improved, coming in at like a 40-ish. Jumpers are now at like a 60-ish. So not fairly good, but somewhat consistent, right? I'm showing you their possessions and my possessions because these guys, first off, Thompson was just an absolute monster defensively. Now, a lot of it, I will have to admit, right? It was my fault. My angles were kind of off. I wasn't very, accurate. You got to really be precise with those angles. You see they're starting to foul. But I also kind of feel like there's something going on with just the way that the game thinks. Oh, you won with our guys. First off, the guy that I tried to trade for, I'm going to reveal to you right now. He's on a 2-way G League deal. So technically, I should have asked to try and get him in free agency. There was also a center who was about as fast in free agency, who I should have maybe waited in order to, flex that ability to make suggestions there, because this guy being on a 2-way G League deal, as you notice, you never saw him in the game. That's because he never played. As you see, my overall rating jump from a 94 to a 95. Right, we're getting ready to go up against the Magic here. We're undefeated thus far. I'm not showing you every game. Remember, I'm showing you the key games, right? Or just like a bunch of games. I'm really trying to get you to where I am right now physically. Right, I have that video ready for you, and I also have, my progress pretty much documented well. Now, what I want to show you is my organizational role. It says core, and right there, I'm a little confused. Right, you know what I'm saying? Here's the guy that we wanted to trade for, Euros Turk, 7'2", super fast. Again, 2-way G League deal, and look at this. Look at this guy's organizational role. It's on Superstar. I don't understand what is going on. I was signed to a franchise deal, max deal. I was given the superstar organizational role, and now I'm a core guy. And the guy who I tried to trade for, he's now a superstar, and he's not even getting playing time. So what is going on? That right there has basically been a sour aftertaste in my mouth. The aftermath of that, me playing, I kind of don't even want to get on the game, because it's like, what happened? And before you go saying, well, it's just a label that it doesn't affect. No, trust me, it affects something. Whenever we have like an injury throughout this like stretch of games, where your boy, the lineup gets changed, my minutes reflect that of a player whose organizational role is core. As you see, the game robbed me at this point with something that I didn't save. So it's like, whatever, I ain't gonna trip. Still getting me even after 3 seasons, right? Right. Renegotiation with Gatorade, excuse me, right? I would go for a higher discount. I would increase the number of incentives. I need to cut it because this endorsement, I know this now because I've seen this and I know the situation. I know now this endorsement company, they don't give me the best incentives, right? So they end up lowballing me there, talking about, oh, you going for it? We take $2,900 because they're going to give me more VC through incentives. And again, I'm not going to be making a lot of this VC, right? I want to say like 2 of these are like really up my alley. And then everything else, I'm just not doing. I'm not going for 20-10-10. I'm not going for triple double. I'm not going for assists. I'm not going for boards like that. All that extra stuff, right? I'm just looking to score as many points as I can and win the game for my team off my scoring, off the build name, and what have you, right? Right. We're changing our lineup a little bit. Trying to get Damon Wade involved. Again, at this point, I had not really made up my mind for who I wanted at starting positions, right? I do believe actually it's also because, oh yes, that's of course around this time, the homie Dalen Carter got injured. So I had made up my mind. I thought I hadn't, I forgot where I was at this point. But anyways, Dalen Carter's out. So that's why Damon Wade is getting more playing time at the 2 guard position. He's making good passes and what have you. If you noticed on Dalen Carter's name, it said he had playmaker, which means that his passing has drastically improved a lot because I've asked him at times to play the 2 guard and he'll get like 20 assists a game, right? So that's interesting, right? That you can do that. You can give a player playmaking if, he's like a good defender, you make him a 2 guard, you can give him playmaking, right? If he's like, not so good offense or not so good defender, you put him I noticed with Patrick Williams, you put him at center and, it gave him that 2-way in his name. He also has good perimeter D, so that's why I'm very comfortable with him being out there in the small forward position. As I call floppy for Wellington, and he drains that from behind the 3-point line. So something that I feel like I could do a little bit more of is call my teammates' number, especially when we're like up big. Maybe call like a floppy or a floppy Miller for someone. We got good shooters on this team, so yeah, man. We get an endorsement, big time stimulus, right? You know what I'm saying? And now we're up to a 97 overall. This is more close to the current, state of affairs as to where I'm at right now, right? Because we got a bunch of VC here and I didn't have enough to get myself that far up, but still, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to say we're about like 5,000 VC away, maybe 10,000 VC away from maxing out the bill. So now down the stretch, it does feel like, that little 25,000 VC I spent to try and, get tattoos. It does start to feel like maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I mean, again, right? You're going to get there when you get there. So to me, it just doesn't matter. I don't regret it one bit. Only thing I really regret is again, taking home all those shoes. And, instead of getting like one pair or just roughing it out until I had enough VC and skill to buy the pair that I wanted, the custom pair of Jordans that I wanted, right? Taking a look at the lineup here. We're going to put Wellington and, Bowman in at the center and power forward position with Williams at the 3. I should or probably could maybe look to some other one of these 2 guards to play the 2 for us, maybe Javon Carter, right? I instead, because I know Javon Carter's older. Damon Wade, I'm trying to have him in my future plans, right? Maybe I could be more Kobe White oriented. Maybe I could be more oriented with these other guys. But one thing I like about Damon Wade, albeit he has that shot creator take, he doesn't look trying to get his shot too much, right? Kobe and Ayo, they want to score. And Damon, he's like, above average score. So he's not going to be looking to try and get his shot like that. I know it's selfish, but that's just how it is, right? So I would rather have Damon Wade in our future plans. He's also an Illinois guy, much like I wish Patrick Williams would have passed, but see, that's the thing about this game, right? You make that pass, it might not, be a shot for your boy, for the computer, for a user, like me especially, I can make it happen, right? We're taking on those Pacers here in Indiana, and you know how it is, right? These guys, they're like little bro to us to this point, right? Don't get me wrong, Tyrese Halliburton is a handful. He's not, someone you can just run up in here and handle, but his team certainly is. And right here, I tried to save it, but it was a little too late. This is another theme in this video, throughout this video, which is the reason why you saw in that one game I didn't get paid, because they taking me out after I score 50. And then as soon as a dead ball, it's like, okay, sit down. So I might need to start saving and quitting a little bit sooner than, 10 seconds or, not that I do that often, usually not like 10 seconds or a minute. But anyways, I'm going to get up out of here, get at me and function with your boy.